Lena Amir. Yeah? Make sure anything me I send me some. Mervyn Lee Myers argument of District Judge B. Cham breach Equality Act 7th March 2025. Need for inquiries clerk in the land this. Please accept as evidence for 17th March 2025 hearing. We put fucking Dervla whatever. Send. Right, so I'm going to take from here random things from here. Yeah? You're going to prison. You send me this big bundle. It was supposed to be in court. It wasn't in court. Court was interrupted twice. Yes? Equality Act exercise there. I am on my own. You have 5 witnesses. You have how many witnesses plus Debbie Gilchrist had her mother with her? Yes? I don't know a Mark Lake. I've never heard his name mentioned before in anything. What am I doing this on? In Miss Presley and her son, I went there Saturday. I take a thingy there. Yeah? And you're going to send me this now. All this, and now there is no ASBO policy in there. You're going to send that to me this morning, which I use. So who is the district judge working with? And what is her game in all of this? Yeah? So at random, I found this. And I'm going to work on this one because it's my son's birthday. Yeah? My father's son's birthday. My son's father's birthday, and I'll use this. And I'll tell you about this. It's my father's son's birthday, and I'll tell you about this. Yes? So, I am Mimi Owusu don't call again. But Mimi Owusu has the thing set up that she's calling my phone. And it's my number that is showing. She called my house phone, that is. She called my mobile. She called my at all hours of the day and night. I'm not in no place. I get scammed. Other day I put my detail, use my 2 card, put the whatever. So I'm out of card for one. Because I thought it was genuine. I don't normally. But when I'm stressed. I'm here. And this is how I lost my website. So I'm talking 25 things in one. I got an email from someone who kept pestering me about somebody want my website. So I held on to it. I discussed it with my 2 brothers, Irvin and Amley. And then after resisting, I was contacted by a guy, Lawful and a Mark Upton. And they spoke to me nicely. How I got caught. So what the end result was, I was going to turn over the website to them for a fee. They were going to pay me some money because I have it sat there, and I said, okay, let's get some money. I tried everything. The arrangement that they're going to pay me a fee, Nothing was whatever. It's same like how the person contact me by. I'm so gullible. They're gonna give me some money, then they're gonna allow me to like write on there. I still have my BT thing here, and okay. So this is what I'm talking about. The young man who is not young anymore, Mike Alvary Michael Legister, whose birthday it is today. Yeah, I became. Not a lot of people know about my trauma because I use bravado. But he was interested in me. I was growing up. I have all the attributes. Everybody said I was ugly, but that's all. I had what you call a Coca-Cola bottle shape, the whole works. I grew my height by the time I was 12 years old. Yeah? I grew my height by the time I was 12. I had sex at an early age. And because of my experience, I was put off having sex. Yeah? So when this boy started, when I started seeing period, my mom said I didn't know anything about period. My mom laced me ass as usual. Mom was always chastising me. She wasn't doing it for a wrong way. See how used to be feisty and stubborn from I was a child. So my mom didn't spare the rod and spoil me then. So during this brief space of a short time, I had sex with my brother's friend. It wasn't, nobody raped me. I was a willing participant in what happened. It's only the after effect of having sex, I decided, and maybe that's one of the reasons I have to focus on. Dr. Laura Crawford said, get counseling to find out why you react the way you do to certain situations. So I'm going to tell you and then come up to what Lloyd did to me. So this boy I used to walk across their property because they have big land from the road go up to where we live in a street. So I used to walk across properties to go to my brother's girlfriend house. And he would stay at his house and see when I'm crossing the property. The way things turned out, all he did was he was interested in me and he wanted to talk to me. But me being me, Mama said, don't let any man touch you. And then I had a sexual experience and the outcome wasn't good. So I wasn't waiting around to find out what. So the minute I see him, I'm going across the land and I see him coming from down his place, as I'll run to get home or wherever I'm going. If I'm going to my girlfriend, because mom said, don't let any man touch you or boy touch you. When he eventually caught up with me, he sat me down and he spoke to me. So he was the one who told me about the birds and the bees, and that was a relationship. Because remember, I already had a sexual experience and it wasn't nice for me. And that's why I'm very choosy about sexual experience. So our experience wasn't sexual. It was more of, don't know, somebody who teach me about the birds and the bees. And then one day my father came home. So he would take his books. He's that type of a person. He comes from that background, his mother. He had one brother who was one of the most educated person in Jamaica. What is his name? Buchanan. They call him George, but Stanford Buchanan. Since deceased. Yeah. So even when he had mental health problems and he wanted a job, all he do is turn up at the ministry and they place him. That's where I'm coming from. My father came home from work one day, saw us in the yard, because up to that time there was nothing sexual. Wasn't into sex. I had a bad experience. That's me. And my father didn't say anything to me. My father spoke to my mother spoke to me, and that's how it went. So, yes, I love this boy, no man, and I still love him. And as I said to him the other day, if he wasn't married, maybe we'd get back together now. We're old, console each other. But he's married. Yeah? And I'm not one for whatever. I don't look at life that way. But I always love him. The love I have for him is different from the love I have for my husband or whoever. Yeah? When I go home, we grew up. So, all right. He coached me. We went to film school. He was older than me, so I was in lower grade. So we are now boyfriend and girlfriend. He has had other girlfriends before me. And he is going to the army. So he went into the army and then he would write to me. It came to school. Whoever went and collect the post, yeah? Whoever went and collect the post would come, call names, I get my letter. I wish some of the things I had then, I wish I had them now. What history it would make. Anyway, I'm growing up. We're boyfriend and girlfriend. I can't even remember when we had sex. But we did have sex eventually. He's in the army. He's writing to me at school. He's coming home and we'd have our time together. So I'm just going to be brief in this bit. So during an interval, somebody tried to, I say, have his own way with me. If I never promised to do anything, whatever, that's me. I'll fight to the death. And because I was not up to this boy's thing, this is me. I never keep anything to myself. And I went and I told the boy's mother, I said, please tell him I'm not interested in him that way. Yeah. What you think happened? Instead of me getting support, if instead of me getting support for a boy trying to rape me, because it would be rape, because I never consented. I never consented for sex. I didn't cause her, I went and I spoke to his mother. And I said, tell him no. Instead of me getting support, now what happened? They said it was me. The boy said it was me promising sex. So now I'm the villain, right? See if you understand how I am the way I am. So now what did my boyfriend do? My boyfriend used to be friends with the boy who tried to rape me. I'm saying rape because it wasn't consent. I didn't promise him sex and whatever and pull up. It would have been rape. My friend who I love so much, who taught me about the birds and the bees, was friends with the boy's sister. So what did they do? They sent to town to tell him that what happened. So now he took it as gospel truth. And he came home and he didn't speak to me. He didn't come and say, Ratty, what happened, da da da. So how am I supposed to look on this? I don't even think some of my brothers believe me. I don't know. Because by this time, I was at a stage in my life where I was traumatized because of my father's sickness and everything that was happening around me. So what did happen? Me and this boy separated because nobody believed in me. I remember the times Joe and Bernard used to be on what they done on Facebook and all that happened, and then she'd send me messages and pretending like this, she's this, and nobody believed in me until I have to believe in myself. So what happened? We tore apart, and I'm not gonna go further in it. My story is on there. I've said it. It's on there. My journey. Yeah. But all I'm saying is for people not to believe in you and to abandon you like I am abandoned at this point in my life. Brothers, sons, nieces, nephews. Well, not so much nephews. I have more nieces. This, that, everybody. My best friend Joy, who's my son's dad's sister. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you about this. Yeah. My son's father is a person who loves, so he does love his little thingy like this. Wearing, what do you call it? I remember when I saw something, my what do you call it? I can't remember. Pornography. I remember I saw when I was little. Those are some of the things. And I saw in a magazine something happened, and my brother explanation was they were fighting, but I know they weren't fighting. I know they were having sex. But that's my brother's explanation. That's how I could have. Anyway, so me and my brother, me and my son's father separated. We weren't a couple anymore because of the way he treated me. And I'll tell you more as I go along because today I'm doing, and so people understand. So my son father loved his liquor pornography. So what he used to do, he used to send me pornographic stuff through my email. And I would say to him, Michael, please do not send those. I don't know. I have a sixth sense of whatever. So I said to him, Michael, please don't send those things to my email. I'm looking at further down the line, and especially the work I was involved in. And when my son father did not listen to me and continue sending these things to me, I contacted my son and I said, please, can you talk to your father? Tell him, don't send these things to me. I don't mind when we're together and he wants us to look at it. I don't mind, but I don't want these things into my email. I've had things done to me. People, I keep some things. Right? The first £5,000 I lost, all I have is a paper. The person helped me to get back some money and then turn around. £5,000 bolt in the market. Yes? People have tried ways and means to trick me. So now when I see all these things in things that I'm supposed to be doing, so what happened? This person contacted me by email. I don't know if it was whatever. I got an email, so the person was like wanting to have interaction, like how there's a person on Instagram who keeps calling my phone. When the person called the first time, I've never had a call on Instagram. I said, you know what, let me answer it because I don't know. Maybe this person might be in, because why would a person be calling me? But when I looked and whatever, I saw it was a young man lying in a bed. I don't know where it was. And he was making how I look good and whatever and white. We had the conversation, said, where are you calling from? Ireland, blah, 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 blah. So I spoke and I gentle excuse myself. And since that time, how many times this person keep calling me and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to answer this call. I don't need this in my life. I don't know whatever it is they are thinking. Yeah? So when the person keeps sending me email wanting to be in contact and I'm backing out, the next thing I see, this pop up in my email. This popped up in my email. I was so distraught because I'm saying, oh my God, look how I told my son's father not to do these things because they can use it again. So when it came now, I am now trying to, I send it out to people, so hoping people would understand that this is what they've done to me. They are attacking me. So I tried to write a little story to explain about what was happening with my son's father and how it had affected me and blah, blah, blah. Only for this now to turn up in. Because when the solicitor, of course, the solicitor, because they work together, the solicitor and whatever work together. Yeah? So they're making it look now that I was distributing pornography. It's not like that. Honest to God, it's not like that. Yeah? So now I'm doing my son's father, and I will tell you why I decided to keep my distance. If I say I love my son's father, I love him because apart from that special love, if a boy can take you under their wings and it didn't have anything to do with sex, when I was traumatized, we broke up. I have a child for another bloke. Right? And I remember I remember when he came, because getting pregnant, it wasn't easy. I remember when he came and we had a serious discussion, and he said to me, my son's father, that's Nachi, Lloyd Murray, said to him that if he didn't know him, he would take his bike and bounce off his foot. So obviously, Lloyd saw me and Michael together, and that was whatever. So when I'm telling Michael now that I'm pregnant, that was what he said to me. I remember Michael even saying, "Don't worry, you can go over yard and all that." That's the relationship with I had my sons. But each time something happened, yeah, I'm not into. I heard my auntie's story, how she got mad. My father told me I didn't know my auntie. And part of it was relationship and work and whatever. I don't. If I have a man, even my husband, I gave up my husband, first husband. Well, he had abused me, and that's how I get this place. I got pregnant. I had my son, my first son. For some reason, my mother said about me love turn trash. So me and my son's father got back together. The man I love. I will always love him. I have different love for different people. So after my first son, if I was a person who was running here with Dick, Tom, and Harry, I wouldn't have known who got me pregnant the second time. But I wasn't sleeping with anybody else. So when my son, when he came home from army, and he come on, because we got back together now, and I remember the night like tonight. Things happened to me. I'd put my son to bed. My son's father and this bloke father and I was going to have sex when my son wake up and come on the veranda. So I have to go put my son back to bed. And that's why I'm saying, to this day, I don't know how I got pregnant, because I'm sure I saw him put on a condom. Then also, the question of going to college. Me, in my ignorance, I destroy and I chuck out. I regret a lot. So I decided now, I'd gone back to evening classes at Mannings. So people might wonder what's my link with Mannings. My English teacher was Mr. Thompson. Has a child named Trisha, and with my niece, Auntie. He was my English teacher. So I passed English, going to Mannings, going to evening classes at Mannings. Because Mr. Rose, my form teacher, said to me I should go back to school. So that's why my little English, that's how I know it. I'd send and ask my son because I tore up everything. I know I was pregnant, but then I'd gone and done the thing for college. And when I contacted him, he said, "You're not sure if you're pregnant, so don't let the opportunity miss you." So it was my son who went to the ministry, collected my paper results. I didn't do all my subjects one time, bit by bit. I never passed much in my life. So he collected them, bring them down, and gave me money to take the photograph. So I have that white passport picture with me there. I was pregnant. I went, I did what I need to do, but I know I was pregnant. So I didn't get to go to college. I didn't finish secondary school. I went back to evening classes at Mannings. I didn't get to go to college. I had my two sons because the first one father had offered for abortion. I was going along, but he wasn't working with me. And I'm glad now I didn't. But yet I have things on there where I'm being blamed for whatever. When I say things, it's taken out of context and misconstrued. The same way now that is going to be used against me like I'm distributing pornography. Me in myself, you will find naked picture because I use this thing to examine myself because 2004 I had abnormal pap smear. So I got treated for the next 5 years. It was even me who reminded them that 5 years is now 5 years. So when I don't, at this stage in my life, I don't have a GP because I refuse to take medication to make me not able to function. I have what is called HPV, the virus that can cancer causing. So that's another reason why me and sex, yeah. So all right, everything said and done. I had my child and I went through whatever I went through. One misdiagnosed, me dealing with trauma, disability and poverty and everything that's said and done. But I don't think I get the respect that I deserve. I don't know if it was because of my vulnerability and then I was sometimes because I was talking to somebody who said I was always shy, and people said I walk and hold my head in the bush because I don't want to talk to them or whatever. I was dealing with my trauma that they didn't understand, not even my family. I'll say this that I don't think I got the respect I deserve from my son's father for the love I have for him. Yeah. And I'll also do about my brothers, how I'm in this situation, but I'm dealing today. So you understand the traumas I've been through. When people abandon me and don't love me and the love is not reciprocated. Yeah. I've been there where I sit back and I said, I'm not having a relationship. I'm waiting on one particular person. Like I give my husband X amount of time. And there is no way I'm going to break it. That is me. So there are times when I have long periods of not having sex because I'm not going to be having sex for just having sex. And I remember I used to hear the story of my son's father. Women going into hospital to fight over him or argue over him. Yeah? I talk my stories. I write my stories. And the fact that Facebook take away all my 18 pages and say it's not authentic. Everything I do is gone. My website gone. But one thing, I am a person who write. I have loads of things. So there's no way a district judge Beecham is going to think that she's going to get a video for under 10 minutes to tell my story. Go look, go from now and look. That's where they're taking it. You have no jurisdiction to tell me that. Because you are party to whatever is happening. Well, let me tell you, no respect. I remember the times when my son's father would bring his women, and then he would take them to my house. And that hurts like hell. My sister-in-law used to work for the brigadier, housekeeping. So I used to also do domestic work where I live on people's premises. I done all that to make a living. I remember one time one little girl said to me, "Oh, you don't look like a whatever. You look like whatever. Because I can do this and I can do that." I used to spend time over by my sister-in-law on my day off when I'm working. And I remember one time in particular, because my son's father live on campus. So these men who want to have the wildlife or whatever, they live on campus or whatever. So I remember me and the man in his place having sex. And the phone rang. And he didn't answer his phone. And he's telling me that I must get up, get ready. And he took me through the... No. I asked him who is called. Your phone rang. We are in somewhere where you reside. And you're going to tell me to get ready. When I ask, who is it? You tell me it's Caroline. So I got ready. And I learned my lesson. So I'm not going to be as free in love with you or whatever. Yeah. And I'm just trying to get people to understand. Don't let anybody play with your emotions because you love them too much and because you're needy. That's why I pick myself up. I'm telling District Judge Beecham she can go to prison. Zeba Qureshi, Jonah Sullivan, the pedophile mastermind, you can go. And even Queen Camilla can go to prison. Yeah? Because why am I here? Yes? So I'll do this one. Yeah? So you think you're going to go a video with under one, whatever. Go and look how many I created. Go and look what is lost. How in heaven's name was I looking after my husband during that time and public with it to end up like this and not have an NHSAP? Yeah? So yes, I did still have a relationship with my son's father, but at a distance. If you understand what I mean. I tried not to let, because I've cried. I've cried over the love that we lost. The way our family were united and what he did for me. So I have to be honest because I don't want anybody to treat my granddaughter the way I was treated. I remember once I went home for holidays. And now Lavina Brown linked up with us because Lavina Brown was in Michael's school, Michael's age group at school. I didn't know Lavina at whatever, at phone, but through social media. And I remember, you hear the door? Normal, as said in the ASBO. I remember Lavina, I was going home for holiday and Lavina said I should let Michael take me to some place in St. Elizabeth. And yes, we went and we meet up with one of his soldier friends. I have the pictures and things. That was the time I was a camera. Wasn't so much into video as pictures. Yeah. And then we are coming home. And it's like say history repeating itself. The phone rang. And Michael is going to ask me if he should answer it. And I'm sat beside him and I said to him, Michael, who is it? And he said, it's Caroline. And it's as if it stick me in the heart with a knife. I said to him, Michael, why are you asking if you should answer it? If he answer it, he will have to go. I said to Michael, I said, answer your phone. I said to Michael, I said, Michael, answer your phone and call my son to tell him to wait for me. Now, this is the second time the man I love beyond any other. Don't care what, yes, I had a child for a man first. When I had that child, Michael said to me, I must remember, because we're steeped in certain old tradition. Michael said to me, remember, men don't marry to women with lots of children, blah, blah, blah. His mother had other children and Mr. Legister married to her. My mother didn't have, all my mother and father children were together. So I didn't have to, I never had this step, that step, the other. And when happened to me at upper camp, and then it happened, I'm on holiday. And even if whatever the relationship with, I'm there with you. And you can't spare a special time for me and you. And I began to think differently. Remember, it happened before. Remember, you told me that men don't marry to women more than whatever. But I'm talking, people, I'm talking stories. I'm not doing this to be vindictive. I'm just talking. The man I love and will always love. But there are some issues that need to be sorted. I remember I was home. Michael is what you call a wild man. But these things are embedded in family. So let's have a lot of children. These things are embedded that we must work at and see the emotions. What's happening? Yeah? You want to spend some special time with me? We went out. No, we didn't have sex. Probably if Caroline didn't call, I might have had sex with him. Can't remember if I was on my own or if whatever. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. We do things and I do things, whatever. I said to Michael, call my son, answer your phone, call my son, tell him to wait for me. And these things, remember, I'm coming from trauma, I'm coming from wicked love, I'm coming from here, I'm coming from there. I'm coming from a situation where patchwork picnic. My mother used to say she not have the patchwork picnic. Me end up have the patchwork picnic. I didn't let that bother me. Because as Miss Connie said, she's not staying with any man who's going to treat her certain way. So sometimes you see us women have children with this man, that man, that man, that man. We're searching for the right person. If I didn't have my head on my hand, on my body, I would have had another child out of wedlock. Because this man is going to tell me that when I have the child for him, then he will marry me. And I already have two, and we weren't married. So yes, me and Michael have this relationship. But for me, as Tom rightly said in his letter, love is different from lust. And that's why I can find a video where I'm saying in hospital, you make me who and whatever, I love you. So no friggin' district judge beach, I'm not gonna tell me fuck all about younger one deal with one video and under 10 minutes. Yeah? Don't let me get rude with you. Because you're breach. You're breached by being in whatever on the 9th of December 2024 to say about psychosis and getting equality accessor. You get your fucking equality accessor. Work with your fucking equality accessor. This week just beach on. Yeah? So this is it. I have a relationship with my son's father. I go home, I sleep in the same bed with him. We don't have sex. That's our relationship. Respect is due. That's the relation. So I can have a relationship with my son, like we are brothers and sisters, and then I can have a relationship with him where we are whatever. So this is the crunch. I think I was on my own. I don't remember. But then before Tom made a commitment to me, I'll tell anybody. Before Tom made a commitment to me, because Tom said he wasn't getting married and I should marry again. So before Tom made a commitment to me, I might have had relationship. But once Tom made a commitment to me and I heard this story, I never did. That's how I respect. I know my father, although I know my father must have given my mother permission to have whatever to please herself, because my Victor used to come to our house. But my mother never had sex with my Victor in our place. They go somewhere else. They go to Mass Leon or whatever. And when my granny died, she used the house. Not in my house. It never happened. So I'm telling people about love or whatever. So my son is going up because I was the one who put information out there about my son, Valdin Legislator. I came back from holiday. I went online and they were saying, does anybody know this person? Of course, it was my son. His name was there and I submitted the picture. So I've been going home. So now fucking district judge beach and I come tell fuck about whatever I am, whatever, and whatever I come talk about comply. Your deadline to comply with the attached court order is 4 p.m. Did you fucking comply with court order? How did I get there? No bundle, but so yet I get the bundle list, whatever. 2 times you disrupt to go whatever, and you say, oh, maybe you would do whatever. You fuck off the secret beach, and you talk about fucking deadline by 4 p.m. No, use them. This is also part of my evidence for why I'm in here. If I didn't pick myself, I probably would have been dead by now. So I'm here. I'm sure I was on my own. Because the phone rang in the night. And it was Mr. Legislator. He wanted to know what we're doing because our son is going up in life and we need to do something. And you can guess what? You can guess what happened. With all whatever the pent up whatever, Caroline, when my brother got married, Merle, so it wasn't Caroline, it was Caroline, it was Merle, it was Aba, it was this, it was that, plus others. But I know Merle, I know Caroline, and I know Abi. He's now married to Abi. Yeah? With all this pent up whatever I'm keeping, no have anybody to talk to. But whatever it was, that was bothering. So all I did when he phoned me up now, because the way he's talking, we ought to get together married for Val's sake. The Val who is now abandoned me. So all I did is cuss him off. And when me have a cuss, me cuss. I don't care who you are, me cuss. So that's where me are. And that's why I'm celebrating his birthday today. And so people understand, because I don't know how my son turned out to be this hard-hearted person that has abandoned me. But that's for another story. So I'm going to end by saying, since I've been in this country, yes, as I said, there's another person who loves me, and I know that person loves me. But that person decided, in order for me to find happiness, he will have to help me find that happiness. So when Joyce, my friend who I asked to witness at my wedding to Tom, couldn't do it, I wouldn't do it because they're not doing it. So this person stepped in. So I know that person loved me as much as my husband did. Yes? And he made sure I find happiness and security by being there as witness when I'm getting married. Do I need to say any more thing more? I don't think so. Yeah? I've been respectful from the time my husband made a commitment to me to marry me, and I heard his story of what his first wife did to him. So nobody's going to take away what is my worth and come put me down to psychosis and whatever you putting me down. So I use that because I was trying. The person sent me that picture after the person is online trying to whatever. That's why I don't engage these days, certain things. And when people are saying, oh, this and that, no, I don't want to know. I've had it happen. Emotionally, I've been wrecked. Yeah? Of late now, it's around Elim House. I put something out there with Rastafari bird legs, I think yesterday, because he crossed his boundary with me. But let me tell you something, he's a decent bloke. So people do make these little mistakes. Yeah? And I suss out certain things. Certain people are just whatever. Especially, yeah? I made the mistake of thinking certain people's kindness to me was some more than whatever. And I realized. So the other day I called somebody to say, can you do so and so for me? He said he would call me back. And he hasn't called me. And I said, you know what, leave it. But what I'm going to say now, yeah? Women, it happened to women, it happened to men. Because right now my son is distraught. What his wife has done. I don't know what the relationship with his baby mother. I don't want to know. Yeah? I met this person. I have no job. I have nothing, so I always go out. Tom didn't need me 24/7. Meet people. I was coming from East Street or going to East Street. They were fixing up the restaurant. Me being me, I stopped and I made friends. So I made friends with this person. Till this person left the job for whatever. Yeah? When the person left the job, he said he was going to do his own thing. He could get Irish mush and make money off Irish mush. I gave this person money to buy Irish mush. Yes, I got Irish mush made up. Drink itself. I never received back a penny from all my investment. I am the one always giving. It never bothered me. It's only beginning to bother me now because all the money I have is gone. And I'm watching nationwide because there's a little money I have. All I have left saved. And they're supposed to send me the letter to whatever. I don't see it come yet. And I'm watching. Yeah? Come closer to home. I'm always giving this person. I'm always giving this person. So now I have nothing. I tried myself and it's not working. And I just need an outlet so I can use my creativity. Yeah? So I reached a stage now where I said, okay, cook for me, whatever. But I noticed certain peculiarities about this person. This person is not listening, tuned into me, like how I'm tuned into people and understand certain things. And I began to notice. I told this person exactly what I am, who I am. I said, no matter, I don't care who it is, I will not be getting involved with any man on that level until after I've given my husband the time I think he deserves. I've not been sexually active way before my husband died. It's not a bother to me. I'm programmed a certain way. At this point in time, it's getting myself better emotionally, physically, psychologically, whatever. Because no man deserves to take up a woman until she's dealt, or vice versa, with whatever baggage it is. Because if some man comes into my life now, he might get the shitty end of the stick. And I don't want to take another person's fat and fry something. But I'd rather not have a man than to pass on whatever it is in terms of my emotional baggage with a man. And obviously, anybody who's going to take me up will have to understand that there are certain aspects of me that I'm going to need help with. Yes? So I noticed this person, I said to the person this, that. And I heard the person saying certain things, and I'm thinking, is he even tuned into me? No. He's going to say things like, oh, another thing I noticed, because I told him about my situation with bird legs from mother. It seems as if this bloke have an obsession with bird legs. Until I just phase out bird legs. Yeah? Me and bird legs have a special bond because bird legs put me on a platform so people can see the range of my creativity. And he even got others to guide me. That's why I'm so upset with even Ras Hopper. What Ras Hopper has done, sold me out to pedophiles at Moonshot with Eric. Yeah? So as I said, I'm noticing these peculiarities. I'm giving. I'm not getting back anything. As I said, it doesn't bother me. I don't give to get back. But there are times when I just need some little help. This man is packing barrel. He needs help. I give him help. For his birthday, I said to him, here's some money. Cook some food. Invite your friends. Me and Tom grandniece went. During the coming up to, he want jerk pan, jerk jam, whatever. I gave him the jam. And I think I wrote in the thing, I said, I'm expecting to get paid back for the jam. So I write something and let him sign in the book I have. So I have that. But I don't think I'll be whatever. So from the time I'm giving him money to buy Irish moss to make, I never get back. Yes, I get Irish moss made, but I never get back a penny out of nothing. I gave him money to help pack his barrel. I wasn't expecting to get anything back. Yeah? He said, okay, come and I'll cook some food so you have some food, because he realized that the eating disorder and everything and the loneliness and everything. But then I realized it's a means to an end. Because first you're going to say, oh, container have to buy, and I'm listening to people talk. So he called me sometimes I'm so weak I can't go. And he bring the thing for me the time. When he got here, he said, oh, his friend, the last 20 pounds he has, the man take it from him and gone, saying going whatever. He said, all right. So I gave him a little money for the food because I realized the mindset. So when he came, believe me, I was so weak. Because getting out of the house is important to me, but sometimes I'm so weak. I can't even make the effort to wash myself, do whatever I need to do. When I comb my hair last night, I'll show you later. It started locking. Yeah. So I made sure he said he gave the last 20 pounds he have the man take it. Turn in a gas station, so or whatever. So I gave him that 20 pound different. Yes. Other day now he come back again. He said something or whatever. He said he'll bring the food. Yeah. So I gave him the money. Plus I gave him the extra for the cab. All right. I was talking to my friend and I said, oh, and she said, oh, isn't it costing you so much? And I said to her, it's not much. But already I've been thinking how much I'm spending. And I'm thinking, but there's food come like catch food, stockpiling, stockpiling. One time I go there, he said his friend, he has a friend who does the thing. He showed me them doing whatever at Waterloo. I said his friend is saying, oh, you must be getting this for a woman. So when I'm linking, I have food upon food. It's mostly meat stuff cooked in the freezer, and I'm looking at it. It's not all the while my stomach will take food, but now I'm learning to manage. So sometimes all I have is raw. So I grate the carrot, blah blah blah. Yeah, and sometimes I just cook like the other day. I cook a big pot of burger, eat it little little till it finish. Yeah. So at all times I have something. But I realize this after a time, no care what, because I realize I'm eating some of the food and I'm having smelly winds. Yeah. So when he called which day now and said whatever. Okay. I went there. He penciled out hat and I look at the hat. Yeah. Said there whatever. So I put and look at the lot. But with all that's happening to me, I'm getting this, they're sending me this and I don't receive it and I'm to address this. I'm overwhelmed. So I didn't get to all the hat. Not only that, because my cards were long, had to be whatever. And it took so long for me and the other bank to send me the card that I had to go in there because of that, and then whatever happened. So it's like one thing after the other. Soon as they do whatever, this is not working here, that is not working there, it's triggers. So when he called the other day and he said, are you coming? Because another thing I noticed, I will leave there and I'm so burdened down that I don't even have time to call and whatever. And then he would wait and whatever, and he's like, it's gone. I'm still there and there are some little things, the way a person speak to you in your house, in his house, because he hardly spend any time here, and how he speaks to me, I realize. Another thing I notice is like, I'm there, I'm excited. I'm singing or doing something, I'm excited. Ah, you're too loud. And I'm thinking, oh my God. So this is how the cookie is going to crumble. Because I am looking ways to, sort of distance myself a little bit. Yeah. From this relationship. Because all I want is a relationship. He said he's going to set up his little thingy where he does his maybe a fish fry on a 1 week and blah, blah, blah. So I need something to get involved in. So I'm not in here a prisoner. So at least I am coming out, I'm going blah, blah, blah. That's my interest. Not in him as a person to have a sexual relationship. I'm not interested in him that way. He will never have my ear from whatever. I tried to tell him, let him understand, but I don't know his level of understanding. So I'm not that way inclined. Because sometimes he's saying, oh, stay over. I don't know you why you're not staying over. It's because, and I'm like, joke it out and put whatever. So he called the other day and he said, if I'm coming, so, yeah. And I said, yes, I'm gonna come, but I don't think I won't be needing so much food because I have lots of food in the freezer. He said to me, he's cooked already. I said, okay, all right. Since you whatever. So I said, what I'll do, I'll come. So I get out of the house, have the food there, because then I got there. My porridge was ready, had my porridge, but now I'm eating, so my stomach is not hungry. So it's a problem to like how I used to eat. I don't need to eat that much. And then he's talking about church and going to church. So I'm sitting there, and that's where I sit down because that's how my head works. So I write up things around the case, and then when I finally come, I already done it already, but it's part of therapy. So he said, now time ready to go to church and put the things together. A whole pile of stuff plus thing. But I even told him that how I ended up getting lost. Because instead of getting a cab to the court, I decided I'm going to go on the bus because I need to be saving a penny here, saving a penny there, and saving a penny here. So when he gone to get ready and I'm packing up the bag, I took out X amount and I gave it. I put it on the table. When he come, I said, "This is what I have today, you know." He take it, he look on it, and he says, "Sis." And from I hear that tone of voice because I'm listening out. This not go work, you know. This not go work, you know. Look on me thingy. It depends zero, whatever, and a whole heap of gas me after this and whatever. And nearly 200 pounds of food that you have there. And me ask you if you get hot and you don't do nothing about it. And I knew. And then when I start to talk now, he's going to tell me, hey, you're louder. You're too loud. And I've been hearing it. So I said to him, you know what? I take out an extra 20 pounds and I put it on whatever I put there. And I said, we need to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. We are going to talk about this. I said, you never even considered to find out what is happening. I said to you, I asked you, I said, can you go to court with me? I said all these things. Yeah? If I had time, I would have gotten the hat. But it seemed as if this man tell me about it and I was going to buy a hat to give him. Remember, this man got a jerk pan out of me for 300 pounds because he needs a jerk pan to do whatever he's doing. He since used it, I don't know how many times he used it. And I just got me things. I try not to shout, as he said. And I came out. I walked down the road. Would you believe that man came out of the house and I'm walking down the road on his side and he went over the other side and walked over the other side because he's going to church. And I just looked at it and I think to myself, here's another one. You're going to pretend. You will pretend. I go there and he's going to, sis, me want to know what you do, you know the heap of woman, whatever. And I'm thinking, I even jokingly said to him, don't let yourself be used. Don't be too needy. So right here now, I think I'm nine something. Me eat whatever fresh food, nine something of food. And I say some of them are big, meat and things. And every time. So last week I gave him £100. And I started to look. The amount I gave him this week is not enough. I'm not working. Whatever is in one container, I can use it 3 times. Plus I have whatever. So I just work it out and I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna eat what I can eat and then when I throw it out. But it's frozen, but how long I don't know. So that's what my plan now is. And I just said to myself, you know what? I'm not gonna call him. I'm not even gonna try and whatever. It's just another worthless dirty man who was gonna think he's gonna use love and whatever to get to me. You're gonna get free sex and you're gonna get whatever. I have control. So it was basically coercive control. And when I look into it, when I spoke to him, I said, "He cook already." This he has a friend, so I think what he does, he goes there, he stock up on leftover, and then he's gonna sell me. What do I need 200 pounds of food a week for? And when I say, yeah, I do my little smoothie as you talk here. Yeah, I think I should go get my smoothie and drink. I do my little smoothie, I'm doing my little thing, I'm slowly getting back. Yeah. Comply. So as I'm saying, I'm not making them long, but these stories must be told. Men use women, women use men, but I got used so much by my very own. So this is what I made yesterday from coming like ice cream. I'm gonna get a spoon. So this is how I'm getting myself back together. And this man I got bungle up in me with whatever. Yeah. Suppose I never have this to do. So I have my little thing now. What would become of me? I'm not welcome nowhere. I'm not this, I'm not that. So then that's one. People be aware of what's happening. So in this I have strawberry, I have ripe banana, and I had some sweet pepper that I had for my salad. Because my teeth tomorrow I have dentist. No, it's not tomorrow, it's the 13th. I will check anyway. Today is the 11th. And on the 14th I have interview with for the with about whatever. But why am I left on this? Yeah? So next I will do one about how my sons have abandoned me. Yeah? Yeah? How my sons have abandoned me. Take everything I've got and abandon me. Yeah? I've contacted my son's father. We need to do something. No, they're not contact because they're not talking. So yes, you can love a person, but because of that love, you end up getting whatever. Yeah? So that's it. Don't let any man or any woman treat you a certain way. I get treated because I am a person who I go into the train station and I can be there walking around. I come out of wherever and I can be what I know I should be here, but how to get there, that's me. Part of my disability. And you're going to tell me with my contribution, my life open book, since my husband died now, I am this and I'm that, and it's been happening before. You tell me how that happened. I don't know why this is not allowing me to do whatever. Can you imagine if I never had this other one to be working with now? How traumatized I would be and stressed out. But luckily I have this. Can you imagine what it would be like? So this is my life. Yeah? So I have to come over here now. So didn't I? I don't even know which one I'm looking at. So why it's not doing anything on this, I don't know. Don't know. Yeah? Nobody to talk to. So end gender-based violence. End HM whatever. Fight for justice. Housing for women. Hate. So that is saved. So I need to find the one. So I need to close this one. I need to close this one too. Nobody deserves to be living the way I'm living. Yeah? Me alone. Me alone. Nobody to help me. Yeah? And now, housing for women is gonna think they can. All right, so I need to. This is saved. I need to share. What sort of life am I living? With what I have created and what I've got. Yeah? And there are pedophiles running around. Yeah? Let me save it. District, let me see. HMCTS, District Judge Beecham, colluding with housing for women in breach of Equality Act. In ASBO policy. PROCEDU. Yeah? That's for you, District Judge Beecham. Out of order. Out of order, you are out of order. Very out of order. So I don't know what's happening on there. It's not functioning on there. So let me copy it now so it's there. Yeah? Everybody block me out. I can't have a voice. All right. Go with Green Scholarship. The Go with Green Scholarship is another one. Yeah? Why do I have my stomach constricting? Nobody to call me. Nobody to nothing. Nobody to call me. So you get ready, District Judge Beecham. Yeah? What did you do? It's on record. 2 times. 2 times. You disrupt the thingy. I know they're gonna tell me now. You know that. So then when I get there now, you say I didn't comply. How dare you when they can go into my thing and pick out things? How dare you, District Judge Beecham? So I'm gonna close this down now and have my little thingy. Yeah, it's after 2. It's after 2, and each time I pick myself up. Yeah, and you come tell me about deadline.